oversight function to see whether or not the law was followed by those who are supposed to implement the law.
So shifting now from what's going on in Congress in terms of the national canvas, but just looking at what will happen in the 15th Congress and what reforms are necessary to support the incoming administration budget reform.
Yes.
How important is this?
I think that's very, very important, no? With the government facing a possible deficit of in excess of 300 billion, I think that would be one important agenda for the national government. And there are many, many other items left over that will have to be taken up by the 15th Congress, no? We have the reproductive health bill, the controversial reproductive health bill, no?
Will that be revived?
Siguro, no? Of course, the right of reply, siguro, bubuhayin yan. The Freedom of Information Act, no? Which has been approved on third reading, I understand, no?
It's due for ratification.
That means it has been approved already on third reading. Yun ang mga importanteng agenda that I'm sure will be on the top list of the 15th Congress, no?
Okay, we'll continue with Congress in action after we pause for these reminders. We'll be back.
A new star is rising. The Bagong Nayong Filipino Entertainment City, Manila is a fully integrated resort complex developed by the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, a global company wholly owned and controlled by the government. Strategically located in the heart of Asia, it is an excellent family entertainment hub that will feature an array of premium attractions, including the warm, genuine service the Filipinos are known for. This landmark project heralds an exciting phase for tourism and investment in the Philippines and is spearheaded by a visionary leader.
The City of Manila is set to become a key global destination. It will be our catalyst for economic growth and national development. You too can be a part of it.
For more information, please visit our website at pagcor.ph.
GSIS number, PhilHealth number, Pag-ibig number, SSS number, at marami pang number. Kung sawang-sawa ka na sa dami ng membership number mo, well, hindi ka nag-iisa. Kaya nga, sa bagong Unified Multipurpose ID or the UMID compliant ID card, isang number na lang ang kailangan mo, ang Common Reference Number or simply CRN. That means, whenever you transact with the GSIS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, and SSS, ang CRN na lang ang kailangan mo. At ang CRN ay kasama na sa bagong UMID compliant GSIS e-card na malapit na magamit ng mga GSIS members and pensioners. Ika nga, all for one, one for all. That's the power of the new UMID compliant GSIS e-card. Enroll now in GSIS enrollment centers near you.
Serbisyo, kagitingan, katapatan sa tungkuling sinumpaan. Yan si Mamang Pulis, hitik na hitik sa talakayan, balitaan at samot-saring usapang magbibigay linaw sa layunin ng ating kapulisan. Kilalanin siya ng lubusan tuwing Biyernes sa Chief Talakayan sa Isyong Pulis, alas 7 ng gabi. Dito lamang sa MBN. A new star is rising. The Bagong Nayong Filipino Entertainment City, Manila is a fully integrated resort complex developed by the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, a global company wholly owned and controlled by the government. Strategically located in the heart of Asia, it is an excellent family entertainment hub that will feature an array of premium attractions, including the warm, genuine service the Filipinos are known for. This landmark project heralds an exciting phase for tourism and investment in the Philippines and is spearheaded by a visionary leader.
The City of Manila is set to become a key global destination. It will be our catalyst for economic growth and national development. You too can be a part of it.
For more information, please visit our website at pagcor.ph. Mga kaganapang karapatan mong malaman, may init na diskusyon at talakayan. Patuloy na ihahatid ng tambalang Maggie De La Riva at Manuling Morato. Dial M. Martes at Huwebes, alas 9:15 ng gabi. Dito lamang sa NBN.
We're back with Congress in action. You know, the Priority Development Fund, or better known as the pork barrel, is actually the key for any legislator to ensure that, you know, programs and projects are delivered. But how do you deal with a situation where maybe you might not just be the favorite of the incoming administration?
Yeah. I'd like to see, Freddy, a change on how the pork barrel is addressed by Malacanang. Because really, it's something that is due to the constituents of a member of Congress, especially the House. And to treat it as a parang carrot or stick mechanism, to my mind, is not very advisable. So, but one has to wait and see if that will be how the matter will be addressed. As I said, we should not punish the constituents of a particular district. For example, on the basis of a difference in political attachment of a particular congressman.
So how should the Committee on Appropriations deal with a situation like that? If the chairman of the Appropriations Committee is also from, I mean, it's always a given that whoever is in power, I mean, the chairman of the Committee on Appropriations is from that party.
Tsaka, kasi para magkaroon din ng tunay na magandang policy making, dapat libre yung congressman tsaka senator mag-express ng kanyang sentimento.
Correct.
Para in the end, yung lalabas na batas o patakaran will really be a very solid and very good piece of legislation. Hindi dahil nangangamba siya, baka hindi siya pagbigyan.
It's supposed to be the equalizer to ensure that each and every district gets its due funds, the funds due to the constituents of the district. The idea and the principle behind the Priority Development Assistance Fund is in order to ensure that each and every district has that minimum set and amount of projects that eventually, that essentially boils down to the benefit of the constituents.
Especially for the more rural constituencies kasi normally nakakaligtaan yung mga malalayo at saka yung mga very poor urban rural areas. So this is the way to equalize the situation.
It's a special concern for
But you know, we look at that. We look at that as an entitlement of every congressman. No? And because it's an entitlement, dapat hindi wini-withhold yun eh. Hindi dapat wini-withhold.
Anyway, mismo Supreme Court already has ruled that it's constitutional. It's
You know, how do you deal with the issue that the pork barrel or the Priority the Development Fund becomes like a personal kitty sometimes for some solents, and it has been negative in the public eye.
No question about that. No question about that. In fact, that has been a pregnant source of corruption. I mean, to be very blatant about it. No? But I think the remedy there is not to take out or to remove the PDAF, but probably to tighten the audit procedures there. No? PDAF plays a very, very important role, especially on yung areas where people do not feel the presence of the government, of the national government. No? And in those areas, it is us being on the ground, using our PDAF, that somehow, make them feel that, look, the government is still here and they're ready to help you, even in small ways. No? That's why PDAF plays a very, very important role. True, that has been a basic source of corruption, but I think the remedy, as I said, is maybe a stronger oversight coming from the government, especially from the Commission on Audit.
But that's something that has been there as a report in the early 90s, but somehow nothing has really been done about it. Well, you come up with a list of programs and projects. In the implementation, whoever is the implementing agency, ang sinasabi nga nila may bata yung isang congressman doon, parang who really manages how the funds are being spent. So how do you deal with that kind of perception?
Maybe again, this is one area where the new leadership in the House can also play a pivotal role. Siguro in coordination also with the executive. Kasi siguro from the point of view of the executive, Freddy, gusto rin makita sana na naka-align din yung PDAF usage sa priorities din ng one. ng executive branch. I think it can be worked out, both the alignment to national priorities and then the tightening or strengthening of the regulatory aspects. It can and should be done.
If I may add also, I think it's also important that we ensure transparency in terms of the implementation of the PDAF funds and the projects of the congressman. And ultimately, every 3 years, the check and balance is the constituents. If the constituents don't really see your projects and don't see any changes in the district, then they can opt not to elect you back. So that's a check and balance.
We've run out of time, but briefly from you, Congressman Acabao, how do you look at your 15th Congress?
Well, I look at it, I'm hoping that this will be a vibrant Congress because we have a new leader, we have a new president, and I'm very sure that although, of course, many of the congressmen will be coming in different stripes, but as I said earlier, I'd like to think that at the end of the day, everybody, all congressmen will adhere to the agenda of the president.
You think there are better men and women now, more committed?
Yeah, I'd like to think, Freddie, that a fresh wind of change is coming in, and as long as everyone works together for the common good, a lot of good things can and should happen.
Just one final question. Will you be better than your dad?
I think the 15th Congress and every congressman tries to take off from the accomplishments of the previous Congress, and by doing so, we become better and improved versions of our predecessors.
Thank you very much, Congressman-elect Carlo Nograles, Congressman Leonardo Montemayor, who might just be an agriculture secretary in the future, and of course, Congressman George D. Acabao. Thank you very much for joining us. Wherever your representative would go, either by remaining steadfast to a party or transferring or aligning to another, we would want to believe that this is done primarily with the interest of and the benefits for the people they represent until such time as when we can adhere strictly to a two-party system. If this is still at all possible, there will be constant movements from one political group to another. Nonetheless, we keep our trust in the leaders who we have recently elected into office, and we are confident that in their hearts it is love for country and people that shall prevail over partisan politics. This has been Congress in Action, and I'm Freddie Abando, thanking you all for having joined us tonight. Good evening and God bless.